All right, so February the 22nd, 2025, we have arguably one of the greatest cards, not just of the last 5 years, not even of the last decade, arguably of all time. Every fight on this card, I was going to say from top to bottom, but at the end of the day, every fight could top their own show. This is the only card in recent history where every fight on this card, on their own, you could easily sell out an arena. It could easily headline any card. And this is all happening on the one card. This is the greatest card I have ever seen. And we're going to talk briefly about all the fights that are going to be taking place on this show. We're going to give a pick on each of them, and we're going to have a little bit of a preview of them all. Let's start with one of the fights I myself am very keen to see, which is Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith. Callum Smith, former champion at 168 pounds. Joshua Buatsi, member of Team GB, went to Rio in 2016. A lot's been expected. His career has been a little bit slow to pick up, but now he is well and truly in the ascendancy, and he is targeting not just world titles, but he also has an eye on the Fatal Fury show, because a certain Anthony Yard is fighting on there as well. And should they both win, there's a very, very real possibility that they could end up meeting. But Callum Smith, he's only ever lost to either Beterbiev and to Canelo Alvarez. He will have something to say, no doubt. I think this is an excellent fight. I think that you could say it's a real pick and fight, but I have to pick a winner. I'm going to be going with Joshua Buatsi to win this fight by stoppage, late stoppage. Also, we have Zhilei Zhang versus Agit Kabayel. The truest sense of the word, dark horse. A guy who had a moment against Eric Chisora many years ago, kind of went into the wilderness. Well, he has since come out, and he has come out swinging. Wins over the previously undefeated Arslanbek Makhmudov. A win over the previously undefeated Frank Sanchez. He now goes in here with world title aspirations against the hard-hitting Chinese heavyweight Zhilei Zhang. Arguably the biggest single puncher in the heavyweight division. It's the mover, it's the volume, it's the body punching of Agit Kabayel against the brute force power of Zhilei Zhang. And to be honest with you, I think the brute force power of Zhilei Zhang is going to come true, and it's going to come true in a big way. My pick for this fight, Zhilei Zhang again by knockout. Then we move on to Vergil Ortiz versus Israil Madrimov. Vergil Ortiz coming off arguably a fight of the year candidate against Sergei Boacek. The big punching 154 pounder Vergil Ortiz against the phenomenally talented, very, very good, very classy operator in Israil Madrimov, coming off a very close, very contentious win in the eyes of some fans over Terence Bud Crawford, one of the greatest to ever lace him up. People, this is the definition of a 50-50 fight. I really don't know which way to go on this fight. Part of me thinks we'll see a knockout. Part of me thinks we'll see knockdowns. We may even see a knockdown apiece. But I can only go on what I've seen in their last fights. And personally, for me, I gotta go Israil Madrimov to win this fight in an epic fight on points. But we are well and truly into the world title pictures now. Then we have a very interesting fight. Carlos Adames versus Hamzah Sheeraz, the UK's own Hamzah Sheeraz. A man who in the last year has gone from fighting at the Copper Box Arena in Stratford, East London, to now being on the biggest stage of them all, over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And he has been electric throughout. He really, truly has. However, Carlos Adames, a bit like Agit Kabayel, a bit of a dark horse. A very, very talented fighter. Write him off at your peril. Write him off at your peril. I'm struggling with this one, because this is a real 50-50 fight. I just think the size and the punching power of Hamzah Sheeraz makes him dangerous throughout the course of the fight. But Carlos Adames can crack too. And I say this with no great degree of certainty, but I'm going with Hamzah Sheeraz to win this fight. Late stoppage, safer money would probably be Hamzah Sheeraz on points. And now we get into the real business end. Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker. Can you believe this is co-main event? On any given show, this would be a top of the bill. And as well as that, on any given show, all these other fights I've just talked about would be top of the bill. This fight right here is going to be tremendous. I can't wait. Big punch in Daniel Dubois. Very talented fighter in Joseph Parker. Does the basics very, very well. Fast hand, underrated power. Takes a particularly good shot as well. I gotta go with recent form, and recent form for both guys is very good, but I think the recent form favors Daniel Dubois, and I'm going Daniel Dubois mid-round stoppage. And then the big one, the rematch. It was only October, Beterbiev and Bivol fought, and they put on a spectacle for all those looking on, and I think this will be no different. I'm very conflicted in this. I think Bivol can do more. However, was Beterbiev 100%? Remember, the fight was meant to take place in June. Beterbiev had an injury. Surely he wasn't 100%. And now, even though he is 40 years old, he's getting proper activity. It's the first time in many years he's been fighting regularly and consistently. That's got to favor him as well. So with this fight, I go back and I go forth. I really don't know. There's a part of me that wants to see the trilogy fight, so maybe that's why I'm edging Dmitry Bivol to win this fight on a razor close split decision. Those are my picks. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what everyone who's watching this video thinks. And until next time, enjoy. Peace.